I got to see 10 Years play their debut album, The Autumn Effect, in full. Oh my God. I have loved this album for almost 20 years now. I saw them play at Family Values 2006 in Columbus, Ohio. I think it is one of the most beautiful, introspective, haunting albums ever. If you like Tool and A Perfect Circle, Chevelle, I really think that you're going to love this band. They also are influenced by Nine Inch Nails and Radiohead and, all the stuff that we love on my channel. So I am resurrecting a video of mine that I made in 2021 going through this entire album in excruciating detail, but it got blocked by YouTube right away. So the following video is an edited down version of that, and I got to meet the band and I got to hang out with them and talk about music for like 2 hours. They could not be nicer and they could not be more talented. It was such a wonderful experience, and the show was incredible. I mean, we were just sitting there talking about music, like chill, and then they got on stage and they were like fucking rock stars. Oh my gosh, pristine vocal harmonies live. Such a rare thing. Anyway, they're on tour right now. I really, really hope that you go see them. They have 8 more shows left at the time of recording this. Okay, without further ado, my analysis. Take it away, Pastixie. The album we're going to listen to tonight is called The Autumn Effect. I'm very, very excited to share this music with all of you. So this first track is Waking Up.
Distance and space allow emotions to rage into fade. Our bodies laying up alone, but close. Are you there? Can you hear me? Are you there? Can you feel me? One day you'll fall rain. Are you there? Can you hear me? Are you there? Can you feel me? Waking up, good morning to you, my dear. Waking up, enduring my biggest fear.
Oh, so many things I love about this track. I think this is such a beautiful song. Just this riff alone is so beautiful. I'll play it up an octave higher so you can hear it a little bit better. Is so pretty. So G sharp minor, so it's got that dark sound, right? It's just very Now you guys have probably heard me talking about the second degree a lot. So in a minor key, it's the note right above our tonal center, and it sounds especially sad, I think, in minor songs because it's only a half step away from the minor third. So there's just this like this inevitable sound, like it wants to resolve, and then the drum groove. Okay. Listen to this drum groove. So the drummer, we've heard a lot of different 6/8 grooves in Mer de Nam and in 13th Step. This one's a little different. So the drummer is doing these they're pretty fast, I would say 16th notes On the hi-hats, maybe they're 30 seconds, honestly. And then he's hitting the snare, and it's very slow. But his kick drum, he's hitting on every eighth note. So he's going doom, 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 ch, doom, 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 ch, doom, doom. So all this is equaling just kind of a different sounding groove than I think we usually hear in this genre. I mean, it just sounds like really tasty power chords, but it's kind of doing this. Da, 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 da. There's that second again. Da, da, da. I think it's a flat 6. All right, how many of you have watched my series on the flat 6 chord and know what I mean? So here's the flat 6. And the flat 7 is also awesome. Beautiful. He's just singing beautiful minor melodies. I love when he ends on the second there. Then there's a little kind of pre-chorus almost where he goes, our bodies may end up alone, but close. Octave jump. Our bodies may end up alone. Okay, so this is definitely something that I'm hearing in Deftones music, Perfect Circle, Tool. All these vocalists like to leave their phrases off on tense notes. It's just beautiful. Just delaying the resolution. And close. Okay, that's cool. So the whole verse, both in the guitars and the voice, there's no flat 6. No flat 6 at all. Not at all. So that's just so powerful when it hits because flat 6 is the best. I also love this part, waking up. This is like one of my favorite parts is waking up. Good morning to you, my dear. I'm waking up. Enduring my biggest fears. I don't know. This always just made me feel good.
Waking up, enduring my biggest fears of.
Oh shit, I forgot. There's one more thing before I get to that part that I wanted to point out. Is that this beautiful guitar melody that we were hearing before, they harmonize with it with another guitar, it sounds like. And I think it's either a 4th or a 5th higher, which is just weird. That's so cool. Let's see if I can find it.
Allow emotions to age into fade.
Da, 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 da. Then we get to the waking up part. Some really pretty vocal harmonies I don't want you to miss out on.
Are you there? Can you feel me? Waking up. Good morning to you, my dear life. Waking up, enduring my biggest fears of.
And then this vocalist also does a little bit of the Maynard thing where he kind of precedes a syllable with an actual note. So it kind of waking up. Love that. Next track is called Fault Line.
I felt you cut free, turning cold shoulders to me. Glowing plain lights, communicating light.
Cool sound design. Things like this that maybe make it more of a cohesive work, right? Because the tracks maybe don't blend into each other necessarily, but there's some connective tissue. One thing I don't know if I consciously realized until now is that the verse and the chorus have different timings. So the verse is in just regular 4/4. You can count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the drummer is great. Drummer is doing some really cool stuff on the offbeats. And once again, this drum groove is kind of different. Like, this is not just your standard, like, whatever this is, progressive metal, post-grunge groove. Like, he's hitting tick, 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 tick. That's just interesting. You know, it's not like a backbeat. You're like, tick, tick, tick. So you kind of feel like you're constantly getting attacked by those snares, just like. Oh yeah, that's great. Someone said, I think, beautiful guitar tone. Yeah, that's really beautiful. Really shimmery sounding. What is this? So, just the, I don't know. I don't know if I have the words to describe, but I think I love these sort of, they're arpeggio-like. I'm sure on a guitar, it's not necessarily an arpeggio. It's more like lines sort of interjecting into each other, but it just feels like a beautiful sort of back and forth between tones, and sometimes they move and other ones stay the same. This song is mostly just 1 and flat 6. So once again, I'm a simple person. I hear a flat 6, I like it. So a lot of flat 6 chords. So da 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 to be na, na, na. God, so pretty. Na, help each other out. I see it in your eyes. Healing all that holds you. I love the part where it goes, killing all that holds you, because that's when it switches to the new meter, which is in 6/8. And when it happens, it's such a surprise. Killing all that, with the guitars. Da-na, da-na, kill, da-na, da. Little kind of call and response. Once again, great chorus. Bring me back to this. Amazing vocal harmonies. I was listening to them really intently and just realizing that's a huge part of why I like this band, is like, he layers them on and they're really tasteful. They're not overpowering. He's never doing like more than maybe 2-part harmony, but yeah, it's creative. It's not just parallel thirds like you'd always hear. Lots of 4ths and 5ths and 9ths and 7ths and 2nds and just lots of dissonance and interesting lines. Bring me back to this. Just really cool. I love this part. These scars will mend. Two things about that. That's the Maynard rhythm. That's the 2 against 3. If you've watched my Judith video yet, then you'll hear that. Da, 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 these scars will mend. Right? Da, 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 da. So that just sounds so cool. Shed my skin, these stars will mend. They leave you on this chord that's not home. It's not the home chord. This is the home chord. So they leave you on this chord, 4 chord. And scars will mend. And he's really making it clear that it's minor. So it's really sad. I love that. Let's keep moving. The next one's called The Recipe. Bass. Listen to the bass.
Ripping out compassion, instincts adapting, sense
have too many things to say. Oh, God. Okay. Another thing that this singer does, Jesse does, that I think Maynard does as well a lot, is sort of this. It's like they have such a good grasp of harmony, and so they use their voice, which can only produce one sound at a time, to kind of outline harmony. He's not okay with just picking one note, right? So it's like I want them both. I want the qualities of both notes without harmonizing. The drums in this song, I think, are just fantastic. Once again, it's in 6/8, but this is a different type of groove. Also, I think this song starts with the chorus, which is interesting, and then it goes to the verse. During the verse,
Ripping out compassion, instincts adapting,
so much going on in the drums. And the bass, I never noticed that until now. The bass is doing some really cool stuff because this section has so much space in it. You know, the guitar, right? So the low end drops out for a moment when it goes up high, and the bassist is totally going along with that, and it is doing much more melodic lines. You can really, if you pay attention, you can hear it doing things. It's not just holding down the low end. It's actually providing some contour. So nice. And then that's a nice contrast to the kind of wall of sound that you hear in the chorus. So just like, na, 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 right? And then we get this sort of shortened phrase of evil's in the stink of you. And then this part. This is also kind of interesting, right? He's always singing something. It stops. It goes, dum, na, da, da, and then it comes in. The music is coming in the second half of the measure. So there's this like delayed gratification and this feeling of emptiness at the beginning of every one of these sections. I don't know whether it's a verse or it's a chorus or what it is, but it's just this repeating thing. And every time it happens, I feel sort of gutted. You know, it's just like, oh, this again of like, life swallows, right? That time he didn't say evil's in the stink of you, said something else. But either way, there's this moment where it's just this short little phrase. Da, 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 da. And those echoes are not superfluous. It's a part of the song. You'd hear the drums going. So there's just all these cool accents. It's just really, really well done. Also, harmonically, super beautiful. I'm hearing full major and minor chords in the song, including seventh chords and even maybe ninth chords. Like, there's a lot of rich harmony. Definitely hear a major seventh chord on the flat six. Once again, my favorite. Listen to this. Okay. So. Beautiful. And then this. Great. What is that? Fourth. Is the guitars playing two notes here, guys? Is he playing a seventh? Oh, it's great. I think that's one of my favorite 10-year songs. Damn. Okay. Next one is called Cast It Out.
Cast it out, I'm watching your eyes, casting out my visions of night, blacking out, cast it out, I'm watching your eyes bleed dry, touched with frustration. step, engraving the problems of memories. While hopelessly feeling, cracking out, cast it
Nice. I love their endings. That one feels like an anti-ending, you know? Doesn't bring you home, just kind of ends on this chord, just prematurely feeling. It's great. Once again, great vocal harmonies, especially at the very, very end. I love how they kind of culminate to him going, bleed dry. And he's got these thirds. But I was trying to figure out the main melody. He's got that giant jump in his voice. Cast it out, watching. I think it's a minor seventh. First of all, that's hard. And he nails it every time. But that's such a cool sound. This one's also in C sharp. Cast it out, watching. So tense. Because he's going, da. That's weird. I like it. It's just cool. Watching your eyes. You would think that like that bottom note is going to be a note where you come to rest somewhere, but it's the opposite. That's super syncopated. That's a tense chord.
burdens within, speaking as loneliness listens.
And then this little part. This is so cool. While hopelessly. That's a flat too, yeah. And it's There we got those parallel fourths and fifths again. Okay, this is Wasteland. This was the big hit. It's a great song. Yeah.
Change my attempt, good intentions. Crouched over, you were not there, living in fear, but signs were not really that scarce. Obvious tears, but I will not hide you through this. I want you to help and please see the bleeding heart perched on my shirt. Die, withdraw, hiding cold sweat, quivering lips, ignore remorse. Leaning naked, living wasteland this time. You try all that you can, turning it red. But I will not hide you through this. I want you to heave the silver hollow sliver, passing through another victim. Turn and tremble, be judgmental, enter into all the symbols. Burn the face with beauty paste, eventually you'll one day know. Change my attempt, good intentions. Limbs
fooled me.
tight, skin tight, self-inflicted, his perdition.
Yeah. I feel that kind of like overwhelmed feeling whenever Jesse hits those high notes in this song. And it's not just because they're high and because he's killing it. It's also because of the harmony. But it's like a combination of so many factors that just makes it so intense. And someone mentioned the music video. I actually haven't seen it, so that probably makes it even more intense. But I think there's a tritone in that that big high peak. And the other cool thing that I'm noticing about their music is that they definitely blur the lines between what a chorus and a verse are supposed to be. You know, they're starting songs with the chorus. In this song alone, there's like the chorus, which, what is the chorus? Is it change my attempt, good intentions? That sounds like the refrain, but it's so much more low energy than the other parts in some ways. And then you've got change my attempt, where it's just his voice with like one guitar strumming, no drums, right? And then it kicks in like halfway through and surprises me every time because, well, actually I keep expecting it to, and then one time it didn't, and I was like, whoa, right? And I forgot that kind of dreamy, sparse version continues. So they're just really, really good at playing around with their material, keeping it really cohesive, but really keeping it interesting. You know, you can't completely relax and be like, I know what's going to happen. You know, you really don't. Crouched over, da 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 da. So I'm pretty sure it's flat 6 and it's so beautiful. So this one's in F sharp. Okay, cool. Really, really well done. This melody is so catchy and beautiful and sad and everything. Crouched over. Just that repetition and the space that leaves. Crouched over. Da 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 da. Do you hear all the repetition, right? And then again, but this time got a flat 6 underneath it. Da da da. Obvious tears. Da 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 da. I will not. So he's taken his theme of da 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 and taken it up to a different part of the scale. I will not. Different notes, but it's still recognizable, right? I will not hide you. Oh, first he goes, I will not hide you through this. So he gives us a taste, right? He goes up, but then he goes back to the lower melody. So I just think that's so cool. Just for a moment, will not hide you through this. Great lyric to do that on too, right? Hide you through this. Na, 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 and please. Once again, instead of da-da, he's going da-da-da. Variation. And it's super pretty against that D. Tension. Da 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 da. And I goes up again. Da 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 da. Hide you through this. Sorry, clearly don't know the lyrics very well. Is this when he says, "I want you to help"? Yeah, I want you to help. There's our tritone. Okay, so we have. So it just feels like it's all building to that, right? Of him finally singing, I want you to help. There it is. And then when he gets a chance to resolve it, he kind of takes it away from us by going below the note he landed on. So he'll go, I want you to help. Just goes right below it, which creates tension. And that's where we're left. It's just so great. Then we got this sort of bridge, dun, 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 which is a lot more militant sounding, right? It's very regimented. Dun, 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 dun. Those little, he has all these little like down the scale runs in this song. You hear all those parallel fifths in his harmonies and thirds. Last time he went, I will not. He went, hide you through this. And then he sang a lot of other stuff like that. This time he just goes, I will not hide you through this. I want you to help. So he's defying our expectations because he did it one way before. And now he's shortening everything. He's skipping to the good part, so to speak, way before we expect it to happen. So it kind of catches you off guard. Hide you through this. I want you to That is way longer than last time.
I will not hide you through this. I want you to
Such a good song. So I can see why this was such a big hit. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Javier. That makes me happy. And I'm sure Melody is into it too, because Melody loves this album. Yes, Melody's right. Those repetitions are a big part of what enables it to be a mainstream hit, for sure. Yeah, I mean, repetition is important. It's not just for mainstream songs. It's important for establishing expectations and for making things reach out to you and stick with you. We're going to move on to the next song, which I love, Seasons to Cycles. Man, I wish this had been a hit because it is absolutely gorgeous. Like I said early in the stream, this is sort of the 3 Libras of this album. So Seasons to Cycles.
How small do you want me to be? Weight in the balance, left lonely. So much can be said through silence. As hard as it seems, all that we need is too close to be seen. Our lives, you build your walls for me to climb. A billion walls for me to climb. You build your walls for me to
This track is actually in a major key, but they stress a minor key. A minor chord. So it gives a nice kind of balance, I think. But you always come home to the warmth of a major chord. So yeah, we got acoustic guitar, got violins. I love the the drum groove in this song. It's really interesting. Listen.
weight in the balance.
Again, it's just really creative, really, really cool drumming. And also the way it's produced, the way it's processed. It's like sounds kind of in the background, kind of trashy, a little bit far away. There we go. Okay, so. And then. Okay, got it. It's beautiful. Big spread. It's probably guitars are really great at this, but so are pianos. So nice spread out. You can play a chord really close, or you can spread it over octaves, and it can sound really especially beautiful, I think, spread out like that. So, da. So pretty. So the first one is that minor sound. How small do you, minor, how small do you? Oh, so pretty. Want me to be. And that is just gorgeous. Not ending up where you expected and instead going to a really tense spot. Want me to be. That would be resolved. Want me to be. But want me to be. That's just a beautiful melody. Da 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 da. It's like each line asks a question and you think you're gonna get an answer, but you just never get one. So much can be said in silence. I mean, we could spend all day on this, but there's just so many beautiful tensions, and definitely chords that elicit lots of, I think, tender feelings, because it's not like power chords. It's not like that kind of almost the raw, sort of like straightforward, almost empty sound of power chords. These are all chords that have a lot of color. This is like a canvas that's been painted, lots of things, whereas power chords feel sort of like a blank canvas to me. They're very structural. And if I had to guess what those two harmonies are doing together, is probably parallel fourths and fifths. The violins and everything are just super beautiful. I mean, you've got strings playing like that. There's a tritone. All right. Next song is called Half-Life. This is a good one too. They're all good.
Of snow in her clutch, falling through light. One more breath destroys the best of you, the death of you. Darling, you shroud, reflecting the crowd, steady, letting the fruit of the ground. For you so
Damn, that's a good song. Okay, Half-Life is just brilliant. So, styling a shroud, infecting the crowd. That's what it is. I think I used to think it was infecting the ground, which is what humans are doing. So this one's in D sharp. So what's cool about this one is that we've got a flat 2. We haven't really heard a whole lot of that yet. Little bit, but this is a duh. So flat 2s are used in metal all the time. So it's only a half step above the main note, and so it's just a really heavy sound. It's very dark. It's very close. It's pushing down. A lot of flat 3 and 4 and flat 6 and flat 7. My favorite chords. No wonder. So that's kind of what's going on underneath it. And the drummer, listen to what the drummer's doing, okay? That's unusual. So we got another 6/8 groove, and the drummer is going da 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 da. He's hitting that snare on da da da. He's hitting the snare on every other hemiola. This 2 against 3 thing. Da 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 da. So it just really throws you, but it's consistent, so you can kind of get into the groove still. But that's creative. He could have just been like, but no. So it seems like they do a lot of these kind of spread triads. So it's kind of a thing they're doing. Which is one of my favorite ways to voice a chord. It's just nice and spread out, and you get all these beautiful intervals, a 5th and a 6th. Okay, just hits a power chord.
But this is all you're giving.
I love this. So we have dum dum dum, then the melody starts. Dum da 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 da. So there's a really nice interplay between the vocals and the guitar, right? They're giving each other space. Da 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 da. Parasitic pleasures. Kind of a hemiola there too. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Falling through. I love that. It's so beautiful. Da 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 da. Flat 7. One more. Beautiful. Okay, now let's talk about this part before we move on. Is the smell of her, the feel of her, the use of her. This whole build is great because we start off with just the chug, chun chun, chun chun, chun chun, chun chun, and they're really. They're hitting the slow pulse, basically, the slower pulse of the song.
The smell of her, the thrill of her, the fruit of her.
Now the guitar's going dun 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 dun. Same notes as it was playing in the other part. It just goes. So nice, just kind of consistency. Dun, dun, dun. I'm guessing.
The use of her is killing everything that you've worked for.
So he's actually talking here. He's not really singing. The smell of her, thrill of her. But then it kind of blends into him singing, "It's killing everything that you worked for." I love all the emphasis on the smell of her. Da 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 da. I don't know what he's singing, but it's just beautiful. So let's go to Through the Iris. Also in 6/8.
Cherish two circular views of blue with a gray shade, so captivating, more than you know. False perceptions that brought forth these questions of truth, love, and hope. Now that you're entering, I'll carry you with me. Just please hold on.
Okay, melody, since you know this album so well, and Javier, I thought I could swear that he says anticipating, but he didn't. Did I hallucinate that? F. It's got a flat 6 and a flat 7. That's kind of its thing. Okay, so I made it up. He's never said anticipating. Oh my God, what the hell? Melody says I can't still feel it as 6/8. I feel it as a slow 4/4. Yeah, so in 6/8, since the 8th note gets the beat, which are the quicker beats, you're counting the quarter note pulse, which is very slow. But it's really about how it's subdivided. So the quarter note is split into 3 smaller beats, whereas in 4/4, a quarter note would be split into 2 equal beats. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The song is called Empires. Great lick.
Sky City Square. The light
Drummer.
of heaven. Meet this vast region. Manifest destination. Leaves us fast racing. Days pass, time flies. You don't realize today. You wait. Lives are connected to lasting obsessions that become possessions of waste. While buying the next new fashion that's fed to enslave this land of the free. Days pass, time flies. You don't realize today. You wait. Days pass, time flies. You don't realize today. You wait.
So this first lick is just great. This is probably this is a song on this album that has a little bit more bending, a little bit more like almost bluesy, little bit bluesy. Once again, I'm just astounded by the drummer. I always love the drums. In fact, like I may have mentioned earlier in the stream, I pulled this album out to learn the Autumn Effect, which is the last track, on the drums because I loved it so much. But I don't think I ever realized just how brilliant this drummer is. Then it's going to pick up. And this kind of groove is great, right? I don't know what kind of groove this is. You guys probably know better. Is this kind of punk? But you got the snares on every single, in this case, feels more like it double timed. So now it's quarter notes, whatever, but it's on the beats. And then the kick is doing all this cool syncopated stuff underneath it. I can't quite hear it. I would love to hear these multi-tracks, but you get that right. So days pass, time flies. Great melody, once again. C sharp. Days pass, time flies. You don't realize today you waste. See, little things about harmony that make a huge difference. Now, when they get to the bridge, listen to what the drums do.
Lives are connected to lasting obsessions that become possessions of waste. While buying the next.
They're doing dun 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 in a very consistent pattern. Against this groove, though, it's some kind of triplet. Da 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 da. Well, anyway, I think you get the point. It's just very cool, super creative, and to have the guitar like kind of chugging along is So what a great
Lives are connected to lasting obsessions that
Kick drum.
become possessions of waste.
And then they kind of do it again, but they, instead of them cycling through their dun 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 dun, they actually do even it out to fit in with the construct of the 4/4 time signature. So let me see if I can find that part.
Don't be so surprised, 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 don't be so surprised.
You know what would have been kind of fun? Maybe it would have been too literal, but if they went, don't be so surprised, like if they waited one more beat, that would have surprised everybody. I should be a producer. Now, what I love about this that the drummer is doing is instead of going back to days past, time flies, double time, now he gives us the freaking slow, sludgy tempo underneath what has normally been with an up-tempo groove. So just great contrast. And of course, I haven't even talked about the harmonies and melodies. We probably don't have time, but once again, it's very minor sounding. Except he goes da-da-da, and that's kind of bluesy. That's that sharp 4. But days pass, time flies, you don't realize today. I love that. So that's a tense note. Usually in pop music, you don't resolve to notes like that. You go today, today. You would like reverse it. Today, you wait. It's today. Tension, you waste. It's great. Yeah. All right. Let's go to pray, but not like pray, like pray. Yeah, it's a nice song, especially like the chorus though. So a lot of sus2 chords in there. And then, oh, that da-na-na, brow. So this one's in 4/4, but then that part where it goes da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, brow is in 6/8. So they're really good at mixing these two meters really, really nicely. So chorus, I've been waiting so long all this time. Really nice melody. Once again, it's minor. But leaving you in a tense place. Okay, this is the part I really like, is when he says, I'm terrified. So that sounds tense. So it's a 9th. I'm terror. Big jump. A lot of ding in it. Does this sound at all like Trapped? Do you guys remember Trapped? Terrified. I just like that so much. The next one is Insects. This one's in harmonic minor.
Hindered by innocence, the timid turn to prey. Swallowed in a smile, unaware. Turning is death to pain. Willing and weak are one and the same. Watch as your rapid seasons start to change. All of the seasons that brought you, all of the reasons that got you here in the first place. Love in time grows stagnant. The innocence we have lost. New grains of time will not rewind.
Everything's cycling in 6 in this song. Oh, not anymore.
Through patience, viewing from outside. Such a shame your pride left you in a state of pure denial. New grains of time will not rewind.
That one's definitely different than all their others. Everything's happening in 6 for the most part, so I really don't know exactly how I would notate it. You could say it's like a quick 6/4 or a 6/8, but not 6/8. See, 6/8 has a connotation where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's a completely different feel. Dun 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 dun, which I can't help but recognize is dun, 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 good intentions. And I don't know if that was on purpose or if they accidentally plagiarized themselves, but that whole part is phrased in 6. So that's different than a time signature. It's like how many times things repeat. And usually they repeat 4 times, 8 times, but 6 times is kind of weird. So that's just really, the whole thing throws you off. And even just harmonically, it's not giving you as many like clear directions as where to go and what's going on. Even just this whole like bass line is
Turning is
that's cool. It sounds kind of like Tool, honestly, but it sounds more like an interesting line than like any sort of harmony or chord progression. It's just kind of these intersecting lines. Paralyzing Kings. Okay, this one's not in 6/8. Straight up 4/4.
the death of a king. Alluring lasso slide on so smooth. Tissue made of razor. Dragging across you. The flashing of eyes couldn't cleanse your abrasions. Deep inside, consumed with guilt, I'm clothed in a bed of blankets. Dream suspicious strangers overnight. Righteous Pharisees be printing silent. Movements more intricate. The taste of absent-minded actions outweigh forgiveness.
dun 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 is so satisfying, right? Super low, just And it's just 1 and flat 6 over and over again. So of course I'm thrilled. I love that. Just adding intention just because it sounds great. Great harmonies. Giving you an expectation that they violate at the very end. He goes, it's great. Yes, hearing someone with this kind of powerful voice singing Righteous, and he's singing on the fifth, so the fifth is very stable and very strong sounding. It's just really powerful, right? Righteous. We are so self-righteous. He does that a lot. Have you noticed that? He kind of like will sing really like in this tone and then like start the phrase that way. And then in the middle of a sentence, they'll like amp it all the way up. That's pretty cool. All right. In the interest of time, we're going to move on to the Autumn Effect, and I'm going to play the original version. They shortened it on Spotify and all the major streaming platforms, and even on just like regular YouTube. But the Autumn Effect is one of the sludgiest, slowest, most beautiful, wonderful songs ever. This is just, yeah, it's tops for me. That was the last track on the CD I had, that whole thing. But it sounds like y'all are saying that last part is actually a song with a name. I mean, it sounds like a different song. I know that, but I just assumed it was just like a part of the Autumn Effect song. But okay, it's saying we've detected copyrighted audio in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. God, I hope not. Yes, so people are noticing, yeah, there's definitely some Nine Inch Nails similarities, which I hadn't thought about until just now. But yes, for sure. There's a like the day the world went away kind of feeling, right? Just the way that feels. Instead of a guitar going re, 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 you kind of have Jesse going. Ah. So back to the Autumn Effect song. Yeah, that one. Now that I've listened to the whole thing again after so many years, I think that's the one for me. Like that's the one that makes me feel a special way. I just think it's so gorgeous. So it sounded like it was in C sharp. So. So the main kind of thing that's going on with the bass, at least in the verse, is C sharp, E, and then F sharp. So that's something I hear a lot in their songs, and it's such a reliably beautiful, exquisite kind of bass line or chord progression. 1, flat 3, and 4. Hear that? Oh, it's heartbreaking. Then we got. They bring that flat 2 in, which sounds so beautiful.
Question.
Dun, da, 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 da. So this progression starts on flat 3, then goes to 4, and that's the setup to bring you back down to 1. So starting in this different place. I think it's like songs like this is what makes me remember that I was just in love with the minor scale. I didn't need any other scales. This one did it all for me. If you know how to work it, it can give you everything you'd ever want. Well, that's not true. It just feels like it. So I just think this part's so exquisite. And there's so many beautiful tinkly guitars, so many beautiful layers.
Climbing Jacob's ladder.
The drums, obviously, I was in love with those because I wanted to learn how to play them. Super slow. This is like really slow. This is probably like 60 maybe or 65 beats per minute. It's so slow. And the drummer is just emphasizing that. And then he has this cool syncopated accent, and then he stops. Listen to that. It's so cool.
Casting a cool breeze.
It's so interesting to have that contrast and that space being given to the rest of the song, but you got the guitar still providing the rhythmic structure, right? Then the chorus, dun dun dun, dun 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 dun. So you got these chugs that are just
What indicates the death of beauty as we know.
So there's this certain kind of sound. I think I've heard it in Trapped music and probably Chevelle too. So guitarists, you probably know, but it's when they're hitting these, especially sus 2s, I think, it sounds like the guitar is like blossoming. Like it's not like a wah, not like a wah. It's just got this, it has like there's a certain kind of resonance to it that just feels so animated. So you have the And that's very cool too, because that's in a cycle of 3. So that's doing a da 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 da, but it's over the slow 4. Da 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 da. And I think then in the chorus it switches to flat 6, flat 7. So of course I'm in love because I got 1 flat 3 and 4, and then I get 1 flat 6, flat 7. It's just, or flat 3, 4, 1, whatever. This is all the best chords. It's so beautiful. And then I think, I just want to double check. I always thought Jesse was singing Autumn indicates the death of, which is Phrygian. That's, I just hadn't, I wasn't hearing, I think, a lot of Phrygian and like melodies yet. So it's just so interesting. Autumn indicates the death of beauty as we know. And you get that beautiful 9th. No. Always that tension. Tritone. Ho, 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 ho. Yeah, I mean, but the second time they go back to the flat 6 chord and keep the whole thing going with new lyrics and new ideas. So at least I can find that part. That chord. No one. Ugh. No one. It's an at 9. No one. God. No one. Silence. No one is there. I just think it's so well put together, and it gives me all the feelings all the time. It makes me want to cry. It's so beautiful. It's so haunting. It's so dynamic and slow. I love those slow grooves. I might need to make a video just for myself of this for this song. Yay, melodies inspired to write music. Awesome. Yes. 1 flat 3 4 or flat 3 4 1. I'm still looking to have a good singing voice. I don't know if I have a good singing voice. I just don't care anymore. You know, I'm just like, it's the easiest way for me to express what's going on without having to figure out the notes on the piano or whatever. And it's like, I don't care. It's a tool. It's a tool. And then this whole part just makes me feel like I'm out of my body. This part, just this low, deep, these pads, I don't know what they are, but it feels so resonant and safe and ancient. Just amazing. So this is also 1 flat 3 4. So it's got a consistency, but it's an F sharp, so different key. It just kind of grows and mutates. It feels very organic. And then you have yeah, they really like those 9ths, and I am a fan. That's just so beautiful. And then this part, yeah, so parallel thirds. That's exquisite. Why is it so beautiful? Oh, sorry. I love that. So you got the bass line going up and you've got the harmonies coming down. So that's beautiful. It's called contrary motion. Really nice. Then it goes up Oh, is there Ray 6th in there? Hang on. Yes. Okay, so this whole part sounds like Dorian. That's why it's so goddamn gorgeous. Dorian's like the minor scale, but you take the 6th in the scale and you raise it up, and then it's got this hope to it, or this light to it. It's just really beautiful. So that would be... There it is. Okay, so it's D sharp. There it is. Normally it would go. That's minor. And then... Not as good. And then it comes down, and then we get this other song, I guess. I guess it's a different song with its own lyrics. But it's also extremely beautiful, so some highlights from this part. Totally different key. F. Sus chords. So that's flat 6. Flat 7, okay. I don't know if they're all susses. Yeah, you can hear that sus resolving. So da 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 da. Tension, release. There we go. Oh, shit. Okay, so they've got this ascending line on the top part of the guitar. So. Oh, shit. She's going up. Ah. What scale is this? F, okay. No, I keep wanting to play B. Oh. Does it go back to flat 6? I think it does. That is so gorgeous. It's all about the ninths, baby. I have to call it a night. But thank you so much for listening to this album with me. It means a lot to me. Please go see them. You will not regret it. And they have some dope merch. A printed drum head, and they signed it. Ugh, so fucking cool. So 10 years, if you're watching, thank you so much for inviting me. I will remember this forever. It was such a full circle moment for me. Ah! No! Don't step on...